Hi-oh, beaver! Away!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Critscast. Tonight we have the continuation of the Highlander Nations Cup number 7, 2021. And we are going to see two interesting teams at least, France and Sweden. And beside me in the casting desk is going to be a little bit of TF2 royalty. It's Beta.
Yeah, hi. I really appreciate being pulled in onto the one map that I don't understand in this game, right? Like, I pride myself on having a lot of understanding and, like, really knowing the ins and outs of, like, most game modes and most maps, but, like, Steel has just always eluded me, man. It's just shifting hallways and new doors opening up and tiny windows overlooking points that I don't understand. So, if nothing else, I hope I can be a vector of which people can experience the confusion that can be Steel.
And yeah, if you want to support the channel, you can subscribe on Twitch, either through Prime or by paying for it. And there's also Patreon and merch as well. And all those ways to support the channel will go towards the casters and the production talent. So certainly consider that as an option. If we can bring up the tables, we see France beat Lithuania and Sweden did lose to them. So France only need 2 points today. They don't need to win one of the rounds to win this group outright.
So Sweden, they're kind of fighting for survival here. France, they can do whatever. So actually, let's just go through the rosters.
So I mean, looking at these rosters, you can see the kind of the strength of the France roster, especially. It has a lot of Premiership experience.
I'm not that aware of which players main what in Highlander, so maybe I'm being cheated by that. Like, every time I see it, I just like, oh, there's some no-name on Sniper, and then, no, he's actually like the world's best Sniper. So that's a thing. But we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Sweden, they need all the points tonight to force a three-way tie. We actually got a Kritzkrieg setting up some things here going on. I assume the medic's going to switch off once those have all been set up. Yep, he is. So that's cool. Nice little thing. I haven't seen that in ages, but I assume this is not too weird.
No, it's pretty standard on Steel. You have these crit stickies in the white room that can be called either by the scout or the spy, or even a sniper sitting them. You can just watch them, and they actually, it can take quite a while to like defuse all these traps. It obviously means it can slow a team down. Once they cap A, either their flank or their combo is going to likely move through that white room area. And just having those stickies to deal with it can slow them down an awful lot.
Yeah, it looks like there's no presence at all on A. They're just not doing that at all, so they're just fully committed to trying to shut down any suicide waves. And then Kang's going to be the first one to peek his head out. Yeah, just immediately taking that. I assume there's going to be a suicide wave. I saw a jetpack on a pyro. That usually means, YOLO, let's just get in there and do some work. Okay, do spies ever hide in those crates? Can you even hide stickies in them?
The little barrel areas you can actually hide. There are some of them that are really kind of difficult to deal with, and actually it's kind of like a meta strategy to make sure you destroy them before you can. You just see, actually Kalis has gone down and Scar's gone down, so there's a lot of kind of spam potential lost from the defensive France team. It's going to make it kind of difficult to hold this B point. Kalis has just about spawned up now. Sweden decided not to do too much of that. They're actually going to move through White Room and on towards E.
Yeah, this is where all the crit stingies are, so definitely going to keep an eye on that. But, I don't know, Nevo has already been taken down. They're going to put some pressure onto C here. Friendly reminder that you can't just cap out C immediately up the round. You don't need to cap every single point, but it takes a long time for that to happen.
Yeah, they're getting some cap time. They've got a lot of players stuck on this E point. We've got a sentry gun up, a sniper watching that spawn area. It's difficult to cap this point while there is this red sentry gun in this connector area. It's going to be ably defended by Board on the pyro as well. So they're really kind of selling their scout out a little bit in that he is having to do all the capping alone right now.
Oh, Che. Absolutely stepping up here, taking down both the sniper and the soldier. Going to help France a lot here in retaking back. You can see they're kind of nervous about this E point, but I think the engineer going down, that's probably going to be the end of that. Like, the big thing that you can do here, I think, is that you can like get the sentry set up on E, and then they can be quite difficult to break. But it looks like France has successfully done so. So now it's just going to be an all-out B rush. Or maybe see if you can just get a proper Uber fight or exchange off and then maybe do a proper push with the spawn advantage.
Yeah, they are trying to pressure from this concrete area, but Che picks up a nice snipe onto Vildrack, so no demo for the offense. Smith has gone down, so they do have control of this upper area, but they're going to have to wait a couple of seconds on these respawns before really continue. And at the moment, Che is just absolutely slamming.
He is just showing no mercy so far. Yeah, Heavy's going to see if he can get out. He's actually gotten a lot of space out here, so if anyone goes forward, yeah, this demo man, he could be in a lot of trouble. Going to get poked down quite a bit. That's going to force out Uber, so now Lacuna is going to be left with the Uber ad. We'll see if they actually decide to use it. Looks like they've just kind of abandoned their demo man and not going to pop it on him. And okay, now they go in, even though they have a bunch of players down. They do have the spawners coming in pretty soon, though. It's going to be a classic Sixes scout Uber here. Engineer goes down, so that should be complete curtain for trying to hold B. I don't think you can come back out here, but it looks like there is a small presence still from the drop down.
Kalis is peeking. This is a little bit risky as well. He was peeking forward. He didn't get punished for it. They have now decided to back up to the connector. They are going to give up the B point. It wasn't, the fastest cap, but eventually cleanly done by the Swedes. Just the classic kind of just baiting A little bit.
Okay, goes down. Yeah, classic.
But yeah, they're just nicely postured. They're not, they're not going super fast here on Sweden, but they are kind of just slowly moving through. Trying to move through connector now. Vildrack is going to get some damage into the combo, but there's so many gamers there. He is cleaned up pretty smartly.
Yeah, and like that shutter door that opens is the worst door in TF2. It's so slow to open up. So it takes a while for that flank to open up. Looks like everyone but maybe the fattest Heavy can slip through now. So you should be beginning to see the C point open up. There's a Heavy holding pretty close. Looks like he's got one of those super annoying spots with the rocks where like he's shooting out of his face. Super annoying to deal with. His demo man goes down super weak as well. He is actually holding it so well. This is such an abusive spot, and he's actually single-handedly pushed back the entire Swedish team. They don't want to commit the resources, men and players and Ubers to actually take it down.
Yeah, Match A was just peppering him with arrows as well.
Though. Twisted gets the crack shot onto the medic. That's huge.
Yeah, that's a big drop, I believe. We're seeing actually now, Scar doing a lot of work from the E point, just putting spam into the congested connector area. He's now going to be pushed off a little bit by Kanga, who's decided to get a little bit cap time while he can as well. And now the Uber is moving through this connector area. It's mainly on a Pyro that decided not to commit super hard onto the C point. There's still red heavy, there's still some players. They're having to rotate back to spawn because it looks like they're going all out for the E on the Swedes. Yeah,
they just decided that Heavy was too powerful in this little rock spot. Jay's looking at that. He's getting so many free shots. Eventually he should get him right, but no, actually Schmidt's going to be the one to do it. There's a lot of time on E, and a lot of players have gone down, but very crucially, the medic has gone down. Oh no, Kelly. That's unfortunate. Just jumps into the pit with the conch. Maybe if he had popped the conch before making the jump, he would have made it, but that's tragic.
Yes, Smith is doing so much work for their French team right now, but they are down a lot of gamers. The Swedes do have an opportunity now if they can just regroup a little bit. They're going to have to see whether they want to commit on to like the C point or stick with E. At the moment, there are a lot of players on the E point forefront, so they have a full setup in this heavy area, the sniper demo heavy, and Sweden, though, it looks like they're not sure what they want to do. Eventually they're moving to C, but you can see winning friends have beaten them to it.
C point under a lot of fire right now. Henry holding the front line, but the scout crucially is not onto it. The heavy being taken down here by Wiethoofd probably gonna mean that C cannot be held any longer, so C will fall as well. Presumably it's gonna get easier and easier to cap last for every point you cap. I feel like I remember D never getting capped, or not very often at least. Like currently, like as soon as C gets capped, I think people start going in there because you can make the jump. Like every class can, right? Or maybe I'm wrong.
Well, the bridges are now up for the offensive team, so they don't have to cap D. Obviously, it does lock off the main esport, so it's a little bit better if you do cap the D, but not always necessary. All the French team, all the Swedish team is stuck in this connection right now. They are going to chase Smith, who was going for a little bit of a sneaky, but is picked up nicely by Twisted. But it's really all good here for Sweden.
Donates his body to the pit as well, I assume. As we see a lot of pressure onto the point right now. Nevo looking to get the medic, not quite able to get him though. Vicuña holding on to the Uber quite well here, but Sniper going down, that's pretty nice. Currently, France are doing a really excellent job. Oh my god, this medic keeps peeking into Jay. But yeah, France, they're holding this last point really aggressively and really well. And I feel like you need to take down a couple of them to begin to like just snowball it out of control here for Sweden. Oh no, reject.
Well, they took the Uber in, but the demo man just got pitted by Border with a nice little air blast, and suddenly no aggression from the rest of the Sweden team. Sweden have really been stuck in this main BEC connector for an absolute eternity, and the clock is really ticking down on them. 6 minutes 20 for the first 3 points isn't fast by any means. And while they are getting some picks here and there, Sweden, they're really getting no pressure on the main combo, so they're actually going to do a big rotation here, and they're going to have to navigate Death Corridor.
Yeah, both spies have gone down. I feel like the pick class has become really important right now because you need a few crucial picks to get a big man advantage to go in here. Twitch is going to go down so much for that pick class. Demo meant the real pick class, I suppose. And they're actually just going to go for D here. I mean, I like this. When you're struggling that hard to get into E, might as well just take the D point, which is super difficult to prevent when you're holding last. So looks like they're going to try a little bit. Like the soldiers definitely looking at it. Che actually going to overextend. And this decap has come in so hot because they just managed to distract everyone by doing it, making people overextend, and now they can get a bunch of pick. And now all these sentry nests have been cleared, and they can finally start piling onto the point and pressuring it.
Yeah, and with the D cap coming in, there's no way
Oh
for...
my god,
Oh my god, the collapse from the French is actually really impressive. Both Scar and the combo coming in from main, Scar coming in through White Room, just crush everyone on the point there for Sweden, and it's a little bit of a crumble. One Pyro is still stuck in the Heaven area, but other than that, now they've been completely removed. And while they did have to give up D for it, France, they'll be happy that they have complete control of Heaven back.
Yeah, they were in a pretty bad situation after losing D because they committed a bunch of players to try and stop it or delay it, and they lost those players, and that's when you can just really get snowballed out of control. The spawn is not very good, as you mentioned, and I trust because I don't know. I don't know this map, man. Oh, medic.
Right. But yeah, we can see now Sweden trying to move through D. Obviously, they've already capped it, so it's just being used as another vector of attack. He can get the sniper some good angles, but he will get gimped a little bit. I think it was the Pyro Borden with a nice flare from long range, and then a spy finish him off. So, no more work going to come in from Twist, and now they're going to pressure from White Room, just get some spam. Going to try and take that little sentry down.
Oh my god, the medic died to chip shot from distance to Nevo. That is so unfortunate for Vicuña. I didn't see what made him take the initial damage, but man, that is just so sad for him getting chipped down like that. There is a banner out, but it's a speed banner that doesn't help you like break through tough areas here. So this Kelly banner is not really the best banner for the situation right now, losing your medic.
Yeah, unfortunately that, losing the medic, and now there's going to be a huge full Uber advantage, in fact, for the French team. Again, they're just sat nice in this Heaven area, nice and safe. Kalis is sticking up the kind of D, kind of White Room connector, and Sweden. I mean, it is better to push from this White Room now they have control of it. They do have more angles. If you're stuck in BC for long periods of time, you are kind of just funneled through this one entrance. You're going to get a lot of space here. Viljack going to get towards the point.
Oh, they know where the medic is. Medic is in the corner. Yeah, so eventually he's just going to pop out here. Kalis, gets the medic. That's really huge. Sweden at least gets a bunch of kills in return, so they should get pitted. I think the Pyro got pitted. Yeah, he did. So all of a sudden, French, they lost a lot of players, and the spawns are going to be a lot better here for Sweden. So this is where they make their big push.
Yeah, we hope so. I mean, Kalis is currently dominating the White Room area, just ploughing forward with the heal beam on him. So now Sweden, they really don't have a platform of which to push. They did have spawns briefly better, but they're going to have to rotate all the way through B. I don't think they have a teleporter up right now as well. So they're kind of funneled back into this B connector and again through this single choke point.
Yeah, okay, so France has kind of started holding on to that room. It seems kind of weird to me. I thought they would just be holding last, but I guess this is how you do it. Or at least this is how France has decided to do it. I don't know, can you kind of enlighten me? Why would France want to hold that back room there?
So the white room is a very, very strong area for the combo to hold because it makes it very difficult for a team trying to push it through A. But obviously it is vulnerable to just the kind of blue combo coming through B, C, pushing it and take out, so you're going to get cap time on E. So, you know, it is a good area in terms of denying the offense space and a platform to push from, but it does potentially give up some space on the E cap point itself.
Alright. That was a nice little description. I like that. Looks like Scott's actually managed to catch out a demo man. Didn't really hit him very well. But hey, trading your life as a soldier for the demo man, that's always a good thing, especially when people are inclined to pile on to the point. We still have 5 minutes left remaining here. He was going to take down the sniper as well. So France right now, I guess this is another positive of holding that room, is that they're able to just run players behind really easily. They have really good positioning and able to just move behind with very little effort.
Yeah, and we can see again the Swedes are kind of through BC, so they're going to move through Death Corridor, but already there are French players waiting for them. Nevo trying to peek out from spawn. Going to get denied a little bit, but Twisted and Viljack have both gone down in this transition, and now Ascendu is going to go down. It's just a heavy and a medic stuck on D point, and there's so many players.
Can a medic make it up
angles.
that slope if he's healing a scout? Can you like slide it?
I imagine you just have to walk around and go from spawn, but Nevo's going to run in and get the force, and it's going to be a force. It's going to be an Uber scout trying to walk into a wrangled level 3 and a heavy with a brass beast, and going to decide better of it for sure.
Yeah, this sniper duel is funny. Like you'd think. Oh my god! I'm pretty sure he went for the sniper, but he gets the demo man instead. Well, what a kill there! Eventually, the sniper is going to go down, lose the sniper duel to Che. But like, I feel like if you had 2 soldiers, the position would be so bad for France. But you know, there's only 1 soldier, so there's only so much spam that can come in through this corridor, and the medic can just kind of stand in the corner. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it looks like Sweden aren't going to really make anything from that demo pick as well. They did have an opportunity, but they were, because they lost the sniper, they couldn't get any pressure coming from the kind of white room door towards heaven, and they're rotating back to D and trying to put some spam
Scar,
down.
no! Oh no, he just did a random rocket jump, like no pressure at all, and he just didn't hit it properly and went down into the pit. Really just gonna find another sticky trap. I feel like he's died in this corridor to sticky traps like 4 times. Probably less, but it feels like 4. And that's really bad. So even Scar throwing for a short while there, not gonna be quite enough for him. In the sniper duel though, this could begin to make things a little bit better for them, even with the constant flare spam. Just making his aim jumpy. I don't know. He's not wearing like the backpack thingy that oh my god, he gets the medic finally. Just threads the needle through everyone.
Yeah, they will get picked up on D, the sniper, but obviously full Uber advantage now for Sweden. They're going to walk into D here. Viljack takes so much damage and is actually picked by Kalis before they can even walk into the D area. Spy and Scout getting very aggressive on the essentially they're trying to set up. Kalis is really far forward, just going to try to stuff them before this Uber is even coming in. Can they get a decent entrance here, Bisa?
Well, we'll see. They haven't been able to get Kalis though, but the sentry gun did get take a lot of damage right now. Can he get this demo man? That would actually just help so much. He can really clutch pick here coming out. The sentry gun though surviving the Uber, that's really bad. I thought it was going to go down for sure, but it looks like the Sweden, they're just unable to get in here. I think they maybe need to rethink it. This corridor is not it. I feel like they need to go some other direction and maybe put pressure on that way, because as it is right now, the attacks are just too one-dimensional. Psycho's going to get sniffed out.
Yeah, they relied heavily on Twisted to open stuff up from this D area. He does have the advantage if you are buffed, if you have got your medic around you there. I'd like to see maybe something like him go in the window while they push from D, because the window you can do a lot of work in it. The sniper can't shoot the window and shoot the combo on D at the same time. So I think they need to pressure from 2 different angles at the same time. At the moment, they're just
Matt J
stuck
actually
in
going to get
everyone on
forced. Yeah, he got hit by a body shot. He's like, oh, I'm still in the sideline. And so now they're actually going to force Uber out. The Swedish Uber is slightly better, but Wintech again, this is his personal corridor of death. It just keeps going down. Really unfortunate. So Sweden now, they're still playing the corridor. They've gotten in a lot deeper than normally have, but like this sentry gun is just raining down death so heavily onto them. Like it's just not looking very good for Sweden. And they just keep doing the same thing. Sometimes Twisted gets a nice snipe on down through the corridor, but that's basically the only thing Sweden has going for them.
Yeah, it's very, very one-dimensional. Only one angle. Kronk is going to lose a duel, but then Lissuna is able to pick up returning melee, but the clock is ticking down. Just 3 seconds left. Are they even going to be able to cap on the point? No, they're not. And the E point will be held for France, so they will only have to cap either that D point a little bit quicker or any of the caps in the full time.
Yeah, I seem to recall that this map often ends in like 4 and 5 minutes, where like every single point gets capped and then E as well. So this is a pretty bad time already, and then the fact that they didn't get E is not looking good for Sweden here. I'm not gonna lie to you, pretend like it's close, but you know, Sweden, they did cap every single point in outside of C, so or E, sorry. So they have that going for them. Sometimes you'll see teams just cap C and then just go for last really aggressively, and they never even get the D point. So at least Sweden, they got that one, but yeah, this is not looking good. I don't think there were any crit sticky traps being set up this time around. So I guess my next question is this like a best of 3 on one map, or is it just a single map?
Yeah, it's going to be a best of 3 on steel here, so you know Sweden very much backs against the wall. This round, obviously, we say France only need to get this single round win to qualify top of the group, and Sweden, obviously, if they do lose this, game over for them in terms of qualifying. But you know they want to have a little bit more fun, perhaps in the second round. But this round isn't over. They do obviously have the D cap for Sweden, so. You know, France would only have to cap, as we say, D a little bit quicker or E.
Yeah, single kill actually gets picked up. Alright. Like, I actually haven't tested it in forever, but you know those barrels we were talking about in the first round? Like, it used to be that you could, like, press use on it, and then you could, like, slide inside of the barrel. Has that been patched out, like, 8 years ago? Oh, no, Scar. Okay, Scar can save himself. He saved himself. Yeah. Can you like hide in crates anymore?
I think you can. Yeah, you can still hide in the crates. As far as I know. Yeah, you don't see it very often. Teams normally check it.
Right, so it's like a Div 6 play.
Yeah, for sure.
To be fair, I haven't tested it since I was like in Div 5 myself. So you know, it's been a while. Scout duel. Oh my God, Nevo actually lost that. So Kang is gonna give him a little taunt there. Looks like. So far, Sweden, they're holding their ground really well. Doing a good job of holding both of the sides, and now France. They're coming in with this Uber, but unable to really find anything. There is a Pyro, a Sentry, just pushing them back. But B point is going to eventually fall here to France. And let's see if Sweden can do as well at holding this shutter door, or the slowest door in the game. By just putting a single heavy in there. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're not seeing Kronk on the high ground just yet. He is going to rotate there. The door is opening. Will Kronk be in position? He looks like he's just hiding. Not too much aggression.
The Uber
so
got
far
forced
from
out
France.
though, and it didn't accomplish much. So now Sweden are just at an Uber disadvantage. So France will be in a much better position. Sucks. Is going to get taken out, but he's probably the least important player right now for Sweden. But the heavy going down, that's big. Like we saw that overpowered spot before, and it is not available when you don't have a heavy. Now the heavy comes in, takes down the medic with the help of the Pyro. Just everything falling apart right now for Sweden. C's going to fall for sure, and maybe even France can already begin moving in onto E as well and just cap that out immediately.
Yeah, great pincer there from Borden and Smith, and the Swedes, they obviously lost control of the kind of upper cliff area once the heavy went down to the spine, and they very much overstayed their welcome in.
Oh, they just go for
connector.
Right, yeah. They actually only need D.
Yeah, they need
fast.
D here. So the Spawns are going to come up here for Sweden, but are they going to be in time? Gronk is the single man, the shooting from top, but it's picked up very, very easily by Kalis, and very, very clean first round win there for France.
Very much so. That was more in line with the 3 to 4 minute rounds that I remember seeing. But yeah, just super duper clean by France. Very impressive stuff by them. I think I was the person that initially created the Danish national Highlander team, right? And we played Steel even back then. And it was really bad because I was engineer and people were just like, no, you need to like watch that window. Or like, what window? Oh, the one that's in this area, but that I don't see that. No, the area hasn't been opened up yet. You need to. And I was like, no, I can't. So, good thing that I'm not on the Highlander team anymore. Let's just say that much.
Yeah. So we are watching. It's going to be the second round now between France and Sweden in this Nations Cup. France taken that first round pretty cleanly, meaning they will qualify top of the group and first seed from their group going into the playoff rounds. Sweden now pretty much out of the tournament, just playing for pride. Just, one or potentially two more rounds. Just trying to have a little bit of fun, I think.
Yeah, I want to see some real spicy strats come out. I don't know what you can do, but this is a weird enough map that surely you can do something really weird. And this is not like CP Steel Pro, so there's some old weird bugs and awkward things, and the Sigma Kill immediately gets picked off again, by the way. He got picked off last round as well. So France they know where he is at all times. I guess you can't outspy the Spy Nation, right?
Yeah, disappointing that not as much goofy stuff as I would have expected thus far. Just seems France are going to take the A point. Perhaps, see, obviously going forward in this tournament, this is, opportunity to practice this map in a competitive setting as well. Zigo going to try and go in for a pick, but is immediately picked up by Borden, and France immediately trying to run into this connector and get pressure on E.
Yeah, I do like just putting pressure onto this. The demo man just got taken down. Essentially, they take down Kalis now. France just lost a lot of people. Laguna did go down pretty weak. Had to get forced off here, so France, once again, in a big advance. They kind of lost all the momentum onto E, but they got the Uber Force out instead. So definitely a worthwhile trade there for them. Sentry Gun's going to eventually get taken down. Do you ever run minis on offense, or do you just use the big one? Never mind, this Uber coming in. Heavy. It's going to try to get away. Just get the melee down. You do take like 130 damage per melee swing, I think, when it comes to this. So he's going to eventually give it down.
Yeah, and we now see France, though, leaving a couple of players on B just to cap it, but moving their combo through main connector BE6. Not sure whether they want to go for E. They're getting a little bit cap time with Nevo on the E point, but, presumably once the combo is back up for France, they'll either go for a full lockdown. Yeah, Kalis was going for a lockdown, but is going to get picked up by Kanga, so now France have the opportunity to move on to C if they want.
Oh my god, there's a floating soldier. I don't know how Kalo managed to do that. I guess he was just getting floated by the sentry gun, but that looked super weird. He was like just literally floating around. Looks like France gonna move on to C. Decide that's just an easier point to approach in this situation. And yeah, there's basically no presence from Sweden here at all. I don't foresee them actually doing anything about it. Looks like they're just gonna hold on to the D point.
Yeah, Sweden decided not to contest C whatsoever. It's one of those points you either have to hard commit to it, or you can give it up. Obviously, it does open up those little walkway areas on the E point, but it doesn't offer the offense much beyond that. But do we see a drop here from Matt?
Oh yeah, that's really unfortunate. Sweden, they were ready for them. There was a nice taking trap from Wiethoofd in there. I think he only got the sniper, but I think he damaged a bunch of people as well. So Sweden, they hold on to the lobby. Is it called lobby? This whole area?
White room usually, yeah.
Oh, white room, okay. I'm a Sixes player. We have lobbies, it doesn't matter where on the map is. If it's like some enclosed area, it's a lobby.
Yeah, every map is a lobby, right?
Yeah. we have a very limited vocabulary.
But yeah, obviously, Death Corridor living up to his name. Matt did drop, so they did get the Uber out from Sweden at least, so Sweden are only going to have basically even Ubers. In fact, Matt has built slightly better as well. There is a conch up now for Kalek walking in towards E. As we say, they're having to contest here from a slightly awkward angle. There's a gun up as well. Chain picks up a Cindery. A6 runs in, gets a zero kill, and Borden is just able to melt everyone. They've walked on just 2 players up for Sweden and lots of players on the point for France.
Yeah, both points actually getting capped out. It is a medic and a demo man. Those are really good classes to have. Like a demo man can clear a point like nobody's business. There's even a dispenser on the point. They're going to try and push people down, but eventually looks like Viljek's going to be the one to get pushed down. Scar's on the point with like even the direct hit, the point's closing up. There should be curtains here for France. It's going to manage to get it in a pretty respectable time, like 5 minutes or so to cap this point. Yeah, 4.5 minutes. So a really nice timing for France. Not the fastest I've ever seen, but already being called GG's. I'm pretty sure that's not how the map works. We do have to see if Sweden can best that time, which is definitely a possibility, but just judging off the first round, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, they're certainly going to have to, be a little bit more faster in their rotations, faster in their thought process as well, the Swedish, that we did see on their offense last time. But, this is CP Steel. It is very fast-paced. They only need kind of one really good push. The French team could potentially wipe it, and it can just turn around in a blink of an eye. So this is kind of a classic sort of little bit of an upset map as well. But we'll see whether Sweden, they could opt to go for a hard AE. 4 minutes 30 is obviously it's possible to beat going full alphabet push, but maybe they will decide. They just want to try AE a little bit.
Words can't describe how disappointed I am that Matt J went back to Uber after that crit setup. I wanted to see them just crits down the gauntlet of this door. Right, you can see they're not even considering it.
Speaking of crits, though, Swedes are on the crits. There is a charge demo. There's also going to be a crit soldier potentially.
Oh my god, it's the direct hit crits. It's going to be so good. Schmidt shot, just one shot ahead. Have you ever seen anything? Oh, the pyro as well. Misses it. So, yeah, perfect crits target right here. The direct hit soldier. It works so well. Unfortunately, this sentry gun has 900 hit points. That's a fun unlock right there. Oh, the pyro's throwing gasoline at the enemy now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's also the Dragon's Fury as well. This is some real spicy loadouts. This is what I wanted to see, right? You can't do weird class setups in Highlander, but you can use all the dumb unlocks in the world, and most of them are not very good.
Oh no, listen, he's stuck in the drop zone area waiting for a
he's
health
fine. He's gonna be okay. He wasn't fine. That was a miscalculation on my part. I thought he was gonna win anyway, despite being in a corner.
Oh, medic alone in a corner can sometimes win, but probably not against us as a Deutsche demo man. A bit sad there because that crits was so impressive from the side of Calais, but they can work anything more off it. We're going to see Krog on his classic Brass Beast, pressure up against.
Oh
Smith.
no, single kill. Actually makes it out alive. I can't believe that. All right, he just ran in a straight line. I guess nobody expected that to happen. Is it going to be another? It is still Kritzkrieg. It's a little while off, but the sentry gun being down is really nice. There's an Uber down the main though. They're just gonna wrap around, come in from behind. This heavy, he's just being a sentry gun right now on his own. So just a big old wrap around. Oh, here comes the crits.
Oh my god! Calais picks up Kayla's on Macho with really long range direct hit shots with the crits. But now the flag coming in from France, collapsing on the point. A lot of players down here for France, and there's still 2 minutes left. The B cap is very, very close as well, so Sweden do have an opportunity now. Do they press forward? They are just sitting a little bit on the cap waiting for it. So many players down briefly for France, but most of them are respawned.
Yeah, I want to say this is going better than the first round for Sweden. And they're just going to go all the way in here now. Vitek's in. He gets the main healing target, aka the dispenser. Unfortunately, the medic is still alive, and he can get an Uber eventually here, but Sweden, they're making a lot of progress. They just lost a bunch of players. basically all the weenie classes, 125 classes, are down except for the engineer. So we're about to see another crit streak, right? Like this directed crits has been so good. He can't really shoot around corners, but I don't know, hasn't stopped Khaled before. Okay, they're just gonna go with the demo man crits. Not as good as a direct hit, obviously.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's proof that demo man crits is nowhere near as good as direct hit overall.
Yeah.
Viljack hit absolutely nothing. And now he's going to jump in, but into a level 3, so it's going to launch. And Borden comes in as well, picks up the medic. So, a slight crumble here from the side of Sweden. You know, as soon as the direct hit crits was decided against it, it all fell apart, really.
yeah, that was the karma just result right there for Sweden. You need to just hold on to what's working, which is for some reason a direct hit crits. I do love spamming direct hits down this hallway. That just seems really good, right? Because it's just a matter of time before you randomly hit the medic, slightly bounce him into the air, and then just random crit him, right? That's just gonna happen eventually.
Look at these nerds on C. They're getting cap points for their lock. There's 30 seconds left. They could still potentially win this if they go and cap E right this second. Some cap points for these nerds on C. Now they're going to move through Death Corridor, but there's only 20 seconds left for Swedes.
Yeah, they're just gonna barely have time to get another crits. They're going for D. That's very optimistic. They're gonna need to capture D, and then they're gonna have 10 seconds to capture E. And E captures very, very slowly. Cadence actually dies in the corner. Okay, here comes. Oh my God, this pyro. Oh no, how is he doing this? Okay, finally, Ajax goes down. So, but that pyro reflected 4 directed crits, and I'm pretty sure he's botting. That never happens, right?
He's just a god. He's just a god. But France will take it clean 6-0, and they will move on and be, potentially a serious contender going into playoffs.
Just complete domination from France. You got to hand that to them.
Pretty much sorted by frags. Everyone at the top is the full France, other than their engineer and their spy, not doing quite as much work as the rest of them. We'll just say, everyone who wants to follow Critscast, there are obviously Twitter and Discord. Check out those. Those are the socials where you can find where the games are coming up.
But thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Goodbye, everyone.
Hi, old beaver! Away!